Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be doing our Mirror Cup, and it is going to be in the Regionals Cup theme. So, don't mind that. That's just me watching 13 Reasons Why. And also don't mind this, because this is my new curtain, and this is actually the last time you are going to be viewing this room like this, because we have our whole new setup. We got some curtains, and it's going to be the whole dark and blue back and bright white lights. Like they're awesome. I love it. But yes, today is going to be our Regionals Cup, and we're somewhat prepared. We're in the middle of doing the Pogo Tubers tournament in the Kingdom Cup theme, so I'm kind of like bouncing around trying to get them all, both of those squads together, and trying to keep my mind set on both metas. It's a little difficult, but it's okay. We can manage. And actually, let me tell you guys my team real quick, shall I? Alright, so the team that we have decided to bring is going to be Swampert with Mudshot, Hydro Cannon, and Earthquake, just because Swampert is like OP. We also have Probopass. Probopass is just like Bastiodon, but better, and he is one of our main anti-flyers. He does some work. He comes clutch right at the end. And then we have our trusty shiny Azumarill. And his moveset is actually going to be a little bit different. He's going to be running Bubble, Ice Beam, and Hydro Pump, because that's the preferred moveset that we like. And it's what seems to be working for us. So, then next we're going to be working with Medicham, because Medicham is Medicham and he's OP, and he has counter, power up punch, and he's going to be running Ice Punch, not Psychic, because we like the OG way of running Medicham. Then we also have our Tropius, which is going to be our first flyer, and Tropius is going to be running Air Slash, Leaf Blade, and Aerial Ace. And then our second flyer and our final Pokemon on our team of 6 is going to be our Skarmory, and Skarmory is going to be running Air Slash, Air Slash, Sky Attack, and Flash Cannon. That is correct. And with this team, I think we're gonna do pretty good. What do you guys think? But again, guys, make sure to put in the comments. Let me know what you're gonna be thinking of the new setup I just explained to you. It's gonna be pretty crazy. So let's get going.
All right, how you feeling, man? How you feeling about your chances right now?
Exhausted.
You think you're gonna win?
Huh?
You think you're gonna
We're gonna try. How about you?
I think you're gonna win.
Who's gonna win?
You.
I'm gonna win?
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I just spent the whole weekend in the Canadian wilderness camping somewhere, so I couldn't even go log onto the game.
That's true.
I got a team ready. It's a nice team.
Is it?
Physically.
Finally have a Medicham?
Like it's nice to look at them, because they're cool Pokemon, and there's a shiny Medicham that bunch.
Yes. Finally have
nice
that
to look at it.
Finally have that.
But I have no idea how to use them.
No practice.
Just gonna wing it.
I've done a little bit of practice with like Dark Matter Wolf and stuff, but that's it.
Yeah.
I've been straight Kingdom Cup because of the Pogo Tubers tournament.
I'm a little more used to Kingdom Cup too.
Yeah, even though it's very rock, paper, scissors, my mind is there. So regionals, we all know Swampert's gonna be good. Probopass, Skarmory, Skarmory's king,
yeah.
Right? So
what about Jirachi? Because I brought a Jirachi.
You brought a Jirachi?
Yeah, I love him.
I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it's actually gonna be really cool just to see how it does with confusion. And
our competition is pretty fierce. There's 5 challengers.
Yep.
And there's gonna be about 15, 16 competitors.
Well, we also have Guan that's coming there,
yeah.
And he's actually the gentleman that actually represented Toronto in Worlds.
Right.
Yeah, so he's gonna be there, so that's gonna be fun, right?
A Worlds challenger here.
So yeah, it's okay though. We're going in, right?
Yeah.
Chins up, head up high, and do the best we can.
We had to make a pit stop. Did you catch it?
Not yet. Yay! Did catch it. Yay!
Get another pit stop.
Can't do a turn without some coffee. Hi, can I please get 2 medium ice caps? Thank you.
There you go. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Have a good day. So we're gonna be going up against Despicable in round 1. We're gonna be starting off with the Skarmory. He's got us in the lead with that Swampert, and we're like, oh man, we gotta get out of this. But he got the Hydro Cannon off prior to us. We're like, okay, you know what, Skarmory, because Skarmory is always an amazing lead. And then we went Azumarill in because we know Azumarill is gonna be able to do a lot of work to that Swampert. And he's gonna go Hydro Cannon, and we're like, yeah, no problem. At least it wasn't an Earthquake, because Earthquake will do some decent damage, as Scrub Lord will later find out. You guys will see that. But now we have our Azumarill going up against a Lantern, and we're like, okay, this is a little bit of a problem for us, just because we do have Skarmory, we also have Azumarill, and we're like, okay. Alright, let's just try to do as much damage as we can, because we don't have Play Rough, guys. And we're like, okay, I think we tried switching out and trying going into Swampert, but it didn't work out for us, and we're like, hey, you know what, we're not going to waste the shield, because we still have 1 shield compared to his 2 shields, and we're like, okay, we are in some problems, but it's okay. We're like, okay, you know what, we should go Hydro Cannon here, because I think Hydro Cannon is going to be enough to be able to take out that Lantern. We just want to bait the shield, because we were able to get to another Hydro Cannon, and we're like, will we be able to take him out? Boom, both shields are gone, and we're like, wow, okay, so will we shield here? Yes, we're going to shield here, and watch exactly what we do. We are going to be able to try to get him down, and we're like, you know what, we're not risking it, we're going to get this Hydro Cannon off, and without having to farm, because normally we would farm here, but we were scared that he was going to get to his Hydro Cannon first, and then that would have been problematic for us. And we're like, can we get to a Hydro Cannon? Yes, we got to another Hydro Cannon into that Skarmory, and we're like, awesome, that's just more than enough work when we needed. And we're like, okay, we have a Skarmory with more than enough HP, and we're like, okay, this is good, this is good. All right, we're okay here. So we're like, yeah, just hit us with the Sky Attack, and everybody knows how that Skarmory versus Skarmory battle goes. And then he swapped to Lantern, and I'm like, oh no, because Lantern's Thunderbolt will be able to just completely devastate us. And then we're going to round 2. I'm thinking he's gonna switch things up, and then no, he doesn't decide to switch anything up. And we're like, okay, cool, we're gonna get Swampert again, and we're like, okay, yeah, okay, we have to shield this because it's gonna do a whole lot of work. But this time we bring our boy Tropius in, and we're like, we switched to Swampert, making him think that we had a counter for his Swampert, and we're like, okay, cool. And he switches to Skarmory, and we're like, big mistake. But we're like, okay, cool. Now we got our Swampert out, and we're like, okay, we got him on that switch. So now we're like, yeah, you know what? Hit us with the Sky Attack. We're cool. You know, we have our Swampert that's gonna be able to do all the work that he needed to do, and we're like, yeah, cool, no problem. Do what you gotta do, and we take out that Skarmory. So now we know our Swampert did his job. We're like, awesome, because look, once he switched out, we knew we had Tropius there, and now he switches out and brings in his Haunter. And we're like, okay, cool, yeah, we're gonna switch up out of there now. And what do? We switch into Skarmory and take out that Haunter. And now no matter what's coming in, we knew that we were gonna be able to do a Sky Attack to that Swampert, and we're like, yeah, you know what? We're not shielding nothing. We're letting our Skarmory just do as much damage as he can, because we know that we have Tropius in the back, and for just in case purposes, we know that he has no shield and we have Leaf Blade. Just in case though, we kept that shield just for Tropius. So that is going to be 1-1 in round 1, and then we're going to be starting off with a Medicham, because I knew he was going to do Swampert lead, and we're like, okay, cool, yeah, we got Medicham here, so Medicham is going to be able to do some decent work. So what we're going to do here, we're going to be, he's going to get the Hydro Cannon first, because Mud Shot, it just charges so fast, but we're going to be doing a Power Up Punch, and Power Up Punch is just going to go to work now on that Swampert, but we know he's going to be able to get to that Hydro Cannon again, and we're like, okay, yeah, Medicham just going again with the Power Up Punch, being able to take out that that Swampert, and then we're gonna be going in and doing another Power Up Punch, and we're like, okay, cool, can we get to another one though? That's what matters. Will we be able to? No, he switches out of it and brings in his own Medicham. So what do we do here? We bring in our Swampert, and we're like, oh no, we did not want to do that. We're like, we wanted to go into Tropius, and we're like, ah, man, that was such a problem for us, but it's okay, it's fine. Personally, I think if we were to redo it, I would have kept my Medicham in, and then allowed my Tropius to come in after. But again, we get the Hydro Cannon, but he has that 1 HP and is able to do his Power Up Punch to be able to end our Swampert. So we do have that Medicham still, and we hit him with it, and he switches out and brings in his Skarmory, and we're like, wow, that was a very good play. So what do we do here? We're like, okay, will we be able to take him out? Will we be able to take him out? We're like, this is a little bit stressful now, because we have to farm just a little bit. We hit him with a 1-4 fast move, and we go for the aerials to be able to take out that Skarmory. Will we be able to do it? we are able to do it, but we're left with 1 HP, and Medichamp's gonna be able to take us out, and that Medicham was left with 1 HP.
So I just got very unlucky, and this is my new opponent. I'm gonna lose.
Now we're gonna be going up against Mr. Scrublord Dustin himself, and we start off with our Skarmory against his Venusaur, and we're like, farm zone, no problem. We switch up out of there, we bring in our Tropius, because he switches into Swampert, and we're like, yeah, no problem, hit us with the Hydro Cannon, we don't care, we're fine with it. And now what are we gonna do? We're just gonna keep farming just a little bit more, and now he's gonna be going for another Hydro Cannon, and now we're gonna go straight for the Leaf Blade, and we're like, yeah, no problem, cool, let's see, is he gonna take it? He's not, he is gonna take it. Wow, he doesn't shield at all. Still 2 shields on each side, and now we're gonna be bringing in our so he brings in his Venusaur, and we're like, nope, we're shielding that Sludge Bomb, and we're like, can we get this aerial ace? Yes, we can. And we're like, amazing, Venusaur is a goner, or the shield comes up, and that's just as good as him being a goner. So we're like, yeah, cool, no problem. Now we are gonna shield, because we know we're gonna be able to farm that Venusaur, and we have a Leaf Blade ready, and we're like, wow, what's happening? What's happening? We're not even attacking. This is so bogus. But we get that Leaf Blade, we're like, wow, we wanted to get aerial ace. That is complete and utter bogus. But it's okay, because we know we have Medicham and Skarmory, and he's only left with the Medicham. And we're like, yeah, cool, no problem. Now we're just gonna go Medicham in, because we know that Medicham is just gonna be able to do a whole lot of work to that Medicham. And then if he doesn't, and he goes down, because we know we have Skarmory in the back with full HP, and Scrublord's in some problems right now. So we're gonna be going in and doing our power up punches, and we're just gonna be keep trading off power punches, power up punch, power up punch, power up punch, power up punch, and then basically at the end of it, it's just who's gonna be able to just. We got Skarmory, guys. It's pretty much over. Like, we already have him in the red zone. We're just trying to do as much damage as we can with that Medicham. We don't really care, because we know we have our Skarmory with a Sky Attack ready. We're just kind of playing him a little bit. He's like, oh, I got this. And we're like, oh, yeah, Sky Attack. Bye. He's like, oh. So what do we do now is actually start off with our Skarmory, and he goes in with his Jirachi. And we're like, wow, okay, Jirachi. That's actually a very good choice to have in regionals, and it's pretty interesting. So, and again, not a lot of people have it, so a lot of people know how to go up against it. So, what we do is we're going to keep going with those Sky Attacks. Sky Attacks is just going to go do a whole lot of work to that Jirachi, and we're like, yeah, cool, just keep him in. We're not getting switch locked for nothing, guys. We don't want to be switch locked, because we know that he's going to switch lock us, and then it just becomes a whole other problem where now he still has our hard counter, and we're like, we're not shielding this, because we know we can survive and still get to that Sky Attack. So as you see there, with a 1 HP Skarmory with a Sky Attack going off, and that made us win the lead there. So we are left with that Skarmory with 1 HP. So now whatever he brings in, we're like, awesome, now we know what to bring up against him. So what do? We're gonna just farm our way to try to get to the Leaf Blade as fast as we can. And what does he do is he switches out and brings in his Venusaur. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna switch up out of there too, and we're gonna be bringing in our Medicham. Now the reason why we did that is because Medicham is not gonna have a great matchup against Azumarill, and we also know that Medicham has Ice Punch, and Ice Punch is gonna be able to do a whole lot of work to that Venusaur. And we're like, yeah, great. Now what are we gonna do here? We're just gonna go straight Power Up Punches, and Power Punch is gonna be able to do a whole lot of work, but he has Azumarill, so this is a little tight. So what do we do here is we're gonna actually bring in our Tropius, and we're like, yeah, shield the Ice Beam, and we're like, okay, this is gonna be a little bit problematic. We're like, this is gonna be problematic, because I don't know if Leaf Blade's gonna be enough. And our Tropius is really low. So we're like, excellent, boom. He's still left with some extra, and he's able to get that Ice Beam with that 1 HP. And that's why I love going up against Scrublord, because it's always so close. Those 1 HP matches. Now this is the start match of the event. Look at this. It's Skarmory versus Skarmory. We have the mirror match happening, and I bring up the switch screen just in case he decides to switch out. And I'm not shielding nothing, but I'm also not switching out for nothing. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go straight Sky Attack, and we also try piggybacking a little bit. So we're gonna try to get to that Sky Attack. Will we be able to get to it again? Yes, we will. And that is our whole point. We want to get to that second Sky Attack faster than he would. So now he's gonna go with Sky Attack as well, and you can tell here the difference is my Skarmory has a better IV than his does, because mine has a little bit more HP, even though they're both doing the same moves. So I'm gonna go with the Sky Attack, and then he's gonna be left in the red, and we know now that we're gonna be able to just farm our way to get to that next Sky Attack. Now will we be able to do it without using the Sky Attack? Yes, we will. And whatever's coming in is gonna get hit with a Sky Attack. So decent work. We do some damage to that Azumarill, but Azumarill is able now to actually farm. Now take a look exactly what we do here. We bring in our Swampert and we're like, okay, cool. We're gonna let this Ice Beam go through. And that was a play rough. We're like, okay, wow, we're gonna let it go through. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go with the Hydro Cannon. We're gonna force this shield here. Do we get it? No, we don't. So we're gonna switch up out of here. We're gonna bring in our Medicham now. And we're like, this is a little problematic. We're like, oh man, okay, we gotta get to this Ice Punch. We have to go to Power Punch because we need to get rid of that shield. Take a look at how we do this. And I was like, I remember this, like, I hate you. Because we got the Power Punch. And now we're gonna shield here. And our whole point here is that we needed to get to that Power Punch so we can be able to take out that Venusaur. Now watch exactly what happens here. We get him with the Medicham. He's able to farm us a little bit more. We were trying to get out of there, and look at that. Boom! With 1 HP, we're able to get the Earthquake off and take out the Azumarill with 1 HP.
How do you feel about beating a friend? Do you feel bad?
That was 1 HP, man.
Do you feel like you've sinned?
That's how I thought you got.
We're in a church.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
I hate you. I do hope
1
you die.
HP, bro. 1 HP.
I need one more bubble.
I know.
I'm like my charge was
I undertapped the Earthquake. It was great. We both lost it. We're like, oh my god! But now we're gonna go into round 3. We're gonna be starting off with our Probopass because we were thinking that we're gonna be able to catch him on the Skarmory lead, but it was a very bad move to do. It's very risky, guys. Just don't do it unless you're super risky. Like, just don't do it. So now we're gonna try to get to an Aerial Ace, and we know Skarmory versus Tropius is not a great matchup. Like, we're like, okay, I think we lost this already. So we're like, yeah, okay, cool. You know what? Just let our Tropius go down because now we know we have Probopass in the back, and we're like, okay, we're okay so far. So we're like, okay, get to it. Will we be able to get to it? Yes, we will, and we're gonna go for the Rock Slide because we want to use just the least amount of energy because we know Rock Slide was almost gonna be able to take us out, and we're like, okay, you know what? We're not gonna shield here, but it was a Flash Cannon. We kind of had a feeling it was gonna be Flash Cannon, but like, you know what? It's okay. It's not worth the switch. But I knew he was gonna go Medicham, and that is exactly why I switched out to Skarmory. And we're like, yeah, no problem, boom. But he has an Azumarill, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is like he has an answer for everything right now. He got us in the lead, and we're like, okay, it's 2 shields up, and we're like, okay, now we have to shield. We have to shield here because we know he's gonna be doing a Hydro Pump. So we're gonna just go straight Sky Attack, and basically that's gonna be pretty much it. And then he's gonna get us with another Ice Beam. Will he be able to take us out? He probably will. Nope. Okay, we're gonna shield here. He's gonna go Play Rough, and I was like, wow, Play Rough. Okay, not bad. He wanted to force that shield. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna be doing a Sky Attack here, and we're gonna be forcing that last shield. And we're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Because like, it's Medicham. We have Probopass in the back. We have no shields. He still has a shield, and it's a power-up punch to Medicham. We're like, okay, that's GG. So now we're gonna be going to the second round. The second match of the 3rd round, and we're gonna be going in with the Azu lead against the Medicham. And we're like, wow, like, okay, this is actually the first time we actually go with an Azu lead, and it actually did us very well. So we switched to a Skarmory. Now it's like, okay. So I don't think he has an answer for Azumarill. So we're like, okay, cool, yeah. You know, so once I saw that Skarmory switch, I'm like, okay, he has no answer for Azumarill. So I'm keeping Azumarill alive. I don't care what's coming at me. I am keeping him alive. We're going Hydro Pumps, and then we switch out because we don't want our Azumarill to be able to take that next Sky Attack, and we let our Skarmory take that Sky Attack instead. And we're like, we're just gonna farm everything on that Skarmory. We J-farmed the heck out of that Skarmory, and we are ready for almost even a Flash Cannon. And we're like, boom, Sky Attack. Let's just get off as many as we can. We didn't get the Excellent, but it's okay. And now we're gonna be going against another Sky Attack. We're like, wow. Like, okay, we were able to get it before we even pulled off a Power Punch. We're like, wow, this is amazing. That farm against that Skarmory really came in clutch for this. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna just farm up a little bit more, and we're gonna see, can we get to another Sky Attack? That's the whole thing. Can we get to it? Yes, we can, and that is all we needed. We just needed to get to that Sky Attack because we need to do as much damage as we can to that Azumarill. We know we have Tropius in the back. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna be bringing in our Azumarill, and we're gonna let our Azumarill just go to work now. There is no shields, and we're like, yeah, no problem. Cool, man. Yeah, no issue. Why? We're gonna go with Hydro Pump, and Hydro Pump's gonna be able to do a whole lot of damage, and then we're gonna switch up out of there. We tried to switch. We're like, should we? No. You know what? We're not gonna switch. We're gonna let it go down. Let his energy, actually, let him have no energy because now we have our Tropius, and we're like, yeah, Leaf Blade, and we're like, great. Tropius able to just finish off that Azumarill, and now it is 1-1 in round 3. And now we're gonna be starting off with our Skarmory. He's gonna be starting off with his Azumarill, and we're like, okay, I see you. Okay, cool. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get to the Sky Attack, and we're like, okay, let's see what he's gonna do, because now we know he has a Play Rough, Hydro Pump, Azumarill, and we're like, okay. I'm gonna shield this because this is gonna be a Hydro Pump for sure. I counted those fast moves. Remember, guys, if you guys haven't seen that video on counting fast moves, make sure you guys watch that. Now, so we're gonna be doing another Sky Attack, and he's gonna be bringing in his, still having his Azumarill, and we're like, okay, I think this is gonna be another Hydro Pump. So we're like, okay, we gotta shield this too. So what does he do here? He decides to switch into his Skarmory, and we're like, yeah, okay, cool. Now we bring in our Azumarill. We're like, okay, you wanted a Azumarill versus Skarmory match? We'll flip it around and we'll get that Azumarill versus Skarmory. Now the difference is that his Azumarill had 2 shields, while we used 2 shields on our Skarmory, while he only had 1. So now that's the difference. So we were able to get to that Ice Beam, and we're like, can we get to this next Ice Beam? Yes, we will. And now we're gonna be able to just do a whole lot of damage to that Skarmory, and we're like, okay. No shields, okay. But we have a Sky Attack ready on our Skarmory, and we're like, yes, bye-bye Skarmory, and whatever's coming in is gonna be a Azumarill, and we get to another Sky Attack. And I'm telling you guys, this is what the J Farm is all about. We are able to J Farm those other Pokemon so we can be able to just do a whole lot of work. And we're like, okay, this is gonna be a little bit problematic because we know we have Altaria. He has Altaria over there, and we have to switch up out of there because we need to make sure that our Tropius takes the hit from the Sky Attack. We cannot allow that our Skarmory take it instead. And we're like, this is gonna be super risky because we have to get as much damage as we can to that Altaria. And then is it enough? Is it enough? He's gonna be able to get to a Sky Attack, but look how low we brought that Altaria. Look how low we brought this Altaria, and Skarmory was able to come in, hit him with the one last fast move, and just take him out. And now we're gonna be going to the 4th and final round of the Regionals Cup. We're gonna be starting off with our Azumarill, and we're like, you know what? Azumarill's been doing this pretty good. He's been doing pretty good for us. So what we're gonna do here? We're gonna be going straight for the Ice Beam, and we're like, can we force the shield? Can we force the shield? No, we don't get the shield here. And I'm like, should we shield this? No, it's gonna be Side Shock. We're like, okay, wow, Side Shock does some decent damage. And we're like, okay, can we get to this Hydro Pump? Can we get to this Hydro Pump? Will we get to it? We're gonna shield here, and we're like, okay, you know what? We're gonna go for Ice Beam because I think he's gonna shield this anyway. So will we get it? We get the shield, and that's all we wanted to do. That's all we wanted. And we're like, can we get to another Ice Beam? That's all we need to do. Do as much damage with that Azumarill as much as possible, so that way we can be able to just be able to get him almost at the kill zone. So what do we have here? We're like, we're gonna have to go Skarmory in because we're scared of Bulldoze. We were scared of Bulldoze, and we're like, okay, Bulldoze is gonna be able to do a whole lot of work to Probo Pass, and we're like, you know what? It's fine. We're cool with it. But that Bronzong did a whole lot of work to us, and we're like, okay, we're gonna switch up out of here because we're gonna have to try to do as much damage as we can to that Azumarill. And we're like, Hydro Pump. We're like, wow. He got us with the Hydro Pump. We're like, okay, that's GG. Like that's GG. Like there's nothing else we can really do. We're like, yeah, okay, it's Skarmory now, and just pretty much GG from now on because he still has another Pokemon in the back. He still had a shield, and we're like, yeah, okay, fine, we'll shield this too. And we're like, okay, cool. Can we be able to get to another Sky Attack? We'll be able to take out that Azumarill. Will we be able to do it? Yes, we will. And we're like, okay, cool. What does he have in the back though? What does he have in the back? What is it? And it is another Skarmory. And I'm like, yeah, okay, GG. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're like, okay, Sky Attack it is. Let's just do as much damage as we can to that Skarmory. But we know once he gets the Sky Attack, it's pretty much GG from there. And that is going to be the end of the first match of round 4. Now we're going to be going to the second match, and we're going to be starting off with our Swampert against his Bronzong. And I had a feeling, I was like, he leads Bronzong, so I'm going to keep going with those Hydro Cannons. Hydro Cannons going to be able to do a whole lot of damage to that Bronzong. Look at that big hit. And we're like, you know what? We want a Swampert alive. We want to keep him alive. So what are we going to do here? We're going to let him switch out, and we're like, oh, Skarmory. Okay. Hydro Cannon it is. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna try to keep our Swampert alive as much as possible, and we're like, yeah, cool, no problem. Just Hydro Cannon it away. So as you can see here, guys, Swampert is a huge part of the actual regional cup meta. Like Swampert, I guarantee you will see it on almost everyone's team, and we're able to take out the Skarmory as well. And we're like, wow, but he doesn't know. We know he has the Azumarill. So we're like, yeah, cool, Tropius in. And we're like, yeah, Leaf Blade. Let's get to that Leaf Blade and be able to do a whole lot of work now to that Tropius. Sorry, to that Azumarill. And now he switches out. And we switch out. Look at that. Boom, boom, switch. And we're like, yeah, you know why? Because we want our Tropius alive because we know he has Bronzong there. And we're like, yeah, cool, no problem, do a whole lot of damage. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna farm. We're like, okay, you made a big mistake, so you let us farm, so now we're gonna be hitting you with sky attacks all day. We're like, yeah, cool, yeah, no problem. We're like, you know what? We're fine with it. We're fine with it. Hit us an ice beam, because we know we're gonna still be able to get to that next sky attack, and we still have Tropius in the back. And we're like, yeah, cool. Do your worst, man. No problem, because we know we still have that Tropius. So Tropius is gonna come back in and be able to just get. We were able to take him down with just fast moves, but we kept that shield just in case for an ice beam. So now in round 3, we're gonna be. And this is a little bit weird. You're gonna take a look, see exactly what happens here. We're gonna actually farm up as much as we can and try to get to that earthquake. We actually get to the earthquake faster than he gets to his charge move, and we're like, okay, he's shielded. So we're like, so are we. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna try to get to another earthquake, and we're like, will we be able to get to it? That's the thing. Will we be able to? No, we won't. We tried to undertap. We're like, okay, no, it's not gonna work. So we're gonna have to shield there as well. And we're like, okay, cool, earthquake. Earthquake's gonna do a whole lot of damage. And what does he do? He doesn't shield. We're like, okay, hydro cannon. Once we know he didn't shield the earthquake, we're like, okay, we have to hit the hydro cannon, be able to take him out. We know hydro cannon's gonna be enough. And we're like, okay, cool, yeah, bring in your Skarmory. Bring in your Skarmory, no problem. We have another hydro cannon. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna force that next shield, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna switch up out of here. You know why? Because we have a Skarmory mirror, and we're like, yeah, cool, no problem, because we just wanted to keep our Swampert alive here. We're like, you know what? I think he still has. I still don't remember. Does he still have the bronze on? Does he still have it? I think he might have a bronze on. So we're like, okay, cool. You know what? Swampert's gonna be able to do a whole lot of damage, so we just kind of kept him in the back, even with that little bit of HP, or maybe save him for a suicide switch. So we're like, okay, cool, no problem. And now we're gonna be bringing in our Skarmory, and we're like, yeah, Skarmory, excellent, boom. We still are able to take him out. We're like, wow, this is amazing. We're like, okay, sky attack it is. So what are we gonna do? Hit him with the sky attack, and we're like, yeah, switching up out of here. We're gonna see, we don't even get to the hydro cannon. We're like, are you kidding? Are you kidding right now? We're like, all right, cool, no problem. We bring in the Tropius because we know he was able to farm us and he was able to get through that Psy Shock. So now take a look exactly what happens here. We're gonna have our Tropius coming in, and we're like, can we get to this? Can we get to this? And we're like, oh my god, we have no shields. He's gonna go Psy Shock here. And we're like, okay, this is a little bit problematic. We have to farm. We have to farm because we don't know what he has in the back. We're like, okay, cool, Leaf Blade. We're gonna be able to finish it off. We have to go Leaf Blade again. We have to do it. So what do? Boom, Leaf Blade. He goes down, and then he has a Skarmory. And look what happens. It times us out. We're like, okay. I'm not sure if it showed that we timed out, but yeah, it timed out. And what happened at the end, I'm just going to do a little bit of explanation. It timed out. It said I won because I had more HP on my Tropius than his Skarmory, but we decided to still do another round, and in that round, I won, and it wasn't screen recorded, so I couldn't show you guys that, but it's okay. That's pretty much what happened. We went 3-1, which actually gave us the gold medal in the Mirror Cup, and our ranking went pretty up there. It was pretty good. So we just concluded our Scarborough Mirror Cup tournament, and we have our top player in Toronto right here, Mr. Guan. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Yeah?
How are you?
How does it feel to come first with everybody else here?
It's always great for you know, multi-tie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You had a good time though?
Yeah, it was
All
amazing.
right. We actually have Scrub Lord Dustin winning a tournament for the first time in his
It's
life.
not the first time.
We got Jay Cho. Yeah, how you feel, bro?
I'm good. Good.
Yeah, it was a great match between me and you.
Yeah,
That was awesome. Alan Yee taking the final win at the end. Good job. And we have Graham here who actually hosts the tournaments and actually makes this happen. So big thank you to Graham.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you guys after.